Welcome to the Father's Table. This podcast gives me an opportunity to welcome you into my world. For several decades, it has been the pleasure of many people to call me Dad, and I have discovered their pleasure and their delight at having close relationships with me. I give all the honor to God for the privilege of having a pastoral gift that loves people joyfully and sincerely. And so, out of curiosity, I am bringing them into my living room and to ask them questions about them, how we met, the value they have gotten out of my relationship with them. And oh, there is so much value to get out of their personal stories. And I'm starting today with no any other person than a very dear spiritual son to me. For over 20 years, we have maintained a very close relationship. It's been a relationship that has given each person the room to be their individual selves, but at the same time, it's been mutually rewarding. I want to welcome preacher, public speaker, education consultant, Dari Akinlaja into the studio today and into the podcast. You're very much welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Now, I should know some things about you.
Yes, Dad.
But our viewers sure need to know you. Can you tell us a little bit more about you, what you do, and even a little peep into your personal life? Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Dad. First of all, I must say it's great to be here, and I'm sure a lot of us have looked forward to this opportunity to be able to share our world or what we enjoy, being able to call him Dad, and so it's exciting for me to be here. I said I'm a preacher, but I'm into consulting. I teach, I preach, do public speaking, run a ministry. I'm married. What else? I'm extrovertish. I'm down to earth, and I'm just excited to be here. I'm sure as we go on, I'll be able to say some other things that will help people.
The ones you don't remember that I would like to chip in is that he's a good dancer. When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon him,
yes,
he can dance and dance so well. I've also enjoyed the fact that you have a heart of a true servant. You love to serve. And over the years, I've come to appreciate that very, very much about you. I'm trying to take my mind back to how we met. And I remember Tosi Abisola in the mix.
Yes,
I
Dad.
think you guys were both students at Covenant University, and she was the one who started telling me about a friend of hers that would like to meet me and connect with me.
Yes, Dad.
Take us through, how and why you wanted the relationship. Yeah.
So it's so funny. So at that time I was about 19, 20, if I can remember correctly. 18, no, about maybe 17, 18, thereabout.
Little about 20 years ago.
Yes,
little
Dad.
more than that.
So and I think I stumbled upon an article. I can't remember what it was, and I just saw Reverend Victor Adeyemi started church at 21. I'm like, wow. 21. For me, it was just you were not very far off from what I had desired. So I wasn't looking stupid at that time to want to have done ministry at such a young age then. So I think that was first what endeared me to wanting to meet you. Yeah. Then I don't know how, I can't remember how the miraculous connection happened with Tosi. I think I mentioned it and she said, he's my pastor, he's my daddy.
Yes.
He's my daddy. And I think that was the connection. And I also need to chip this in. The first time Dad met me, he thought we were going to talk about relationship with Tosi. That's what Dad thought it was about.
I remember.
Yeah, and being a father, he was already, no. So it was just because I was at a stage of my life where I felt I was going to do ministry and I needed that model to do ministry. And you were that model then who had built something tremendous at such a young age. So I looked forward to meeting you, and that's how I spoke to Tosin. I can't remember how Tosin heard that gist. I didn't even know how she was connected with you, but that was how I came to meet you then.
I guess it was because most of the young people that will come to me to talk in those days would want to talk about relationship. It was all about marriage. So when Tosi came to say, "Oh, I have a friend who wants to meet you," I just thought the friend was that kind of a friend. But when I met you and that was not what you had to say, I went back to check with her. She was like, "Oh no, she is just my friend." Oh, myself and Danny. That can't even happen between us. The two of us are close friends, but but no. We are not in that space whatsoever. And I now got to meet you, and the relationship has evolved over the years. I later got to know that that you didn't meet your biological father also.
Yes, that.
For a long time when there was a name change.
Name change, yes,
and all through that. Can you talk us through what your experience was, how it affected you emotionally, how your relationship with me influenced that, and you are such a healthy whole person inside and outside.
Yes, sir.
I believe there's something about your healing process, your wholeness, your revelation, your story that's going to bless somebody out there.
Yes, that. Let me say this before I answer the question. As God will have it, I met Dad when we were planning Crusade, when we were planning the first 2007.
Oh,
so I was part of the planning. I was part of that process. It was so beautiful to see ministry up front.
That's right.
For the first interaction.
That's right.
I remember I was in the house in the estate. You kept me. It was so beautiful. That was so warm at that meeting. You know, one of the things I need to say this, Dad.
Yeah.
One of the things that I liked was somebody you had never met, and it was so easy to sit in your home. Come sit. And I was like, the concept we had about you are meeting the
men of God.
You first wait outside. Maybe when they are driving out, you will reach them. It was so beautiful. That welcome me is the house in the Bado. Then I sat downstairs, and that came, and it was so beautiful. About my dad, it's so beautiful because Dad was true. Dad has been at every pivotal point, so that's why it's easy to have this conversation. It was in 2011 or so, 2012. My mother calls me up one beautiful day and says, "Do you know the person you used to call your dad is not your dad?" Okay. I now want to make you talk to your dad. So we got the conversation started. Till today, I think my mom thinks I didn't react the way I should have reacted because she was expecting the scream, the shout, the
anger.
Yes, why would you
have deceived me all this while?
But I won't lie. There's something. There's something about the spirit. Maybe I was aware somehow I couldn't lay hands on it, and I'll explain why. Because when we used to be in the house, I was the only person they used to call by a Yoruba name. Because my stepdad was from Rivers then. The person I used to call my dad was from Rivers. So I was the only person that they used to call a Yoruba name. The other two, they would call them. So I used to ask, why? My mom just said it's because they allowed her to. But there's always just that feeling of there's something different about it. Yeah.
But sorry to interject. Yes, did you ever felt unloved by him?
In fairness, he was a great man.
Wow.
He didn't in any way
make you feel
as if
unloved or unaccepted.
He was not one of.
We want to say kudos to Mr. Mesilin. Thank you for loving Daddy and not allowing that gap to be there. And we want to celebrate all men everywhere who father children they did not give birth to biologically. Because now I know that it does not take biology to be a father.
Yes, that.
And I'm seeing you influence the lives of several other people today and fathering them the way you were fathered. And I believe we should give honor to whom honor is due at that point. But take the story from.
And the reason why that honor is important, like you have said, that is because even my first exposure to spiritual things was him.
Wonderful.
Waking up at 12 to pray, 12 midnight, 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m. You must pray. You must pray at the hours, even if
That's
people
right.
thought it was religious. But it was part of seeing the exciting things about spiritual things.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was my first exposure to it. And sometimes I look at retrospect and smile and say, maybe if I'd gone with my father, would I have had spiritual exposure? But you never can say as it is.
From
But
the little I know, I'm laughing.
yeah, but it was beautiful.
God works all things together for good, isn't it?
Yes, that was a very. I think that was what I hinged the experience on. That didn't make me develop any sense of bitterness.
Wonderful.
Because there was that. I don't want to use the word revelation, but there was that open eyes to all things work together.
That's right.
See how it turned out.
That's right.
You know, you never could tell if you had turned, because I went to King's College.
Wonderful.
You know, I went to a private university.
Proudly went to King's College.
Yeah. And he allowed me go to, so, and he didn't say no. He allowed me to do.
And you went to Covenant University.
Yes, and the school fees
Nigeria's number one private university, if
and the
not
school fees
even
was
the
not
number
cheap.
one university. And the school was not cheap. Quality,
Yes.
spiritual,
Yes, sir.
and intellectual education there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, kudos to such a fathering.
Yes, so he did, and,
Yeah.
and like Dad said, people don't mention it enough, but
Yeah.
there are a lot of men who are taking care of children knowingly who are not theirs,
Yeah.
and don't allow the children. So for me, that was what happened. But I got to meet my father. The reason also why I didn't react to my father, because I felt it was not a fault of his own. Right? It was grandparents not wanting this and all of that.
Oh, I
so
see.
yeah, so that
I
grandparents, no,
see.
he can't marry, he can't do
Yeah,
that and all
yeah.
of that. So none of them was at fault. So I didn't hold it as anybody's irresponsibility.
That's right.
To even find out that my father was looking for me for years. My mother was one who was keeping it.
Oh,
So at both ends, they were both responsible men.
that's right.
So, and like you said, that kudos to men
That's
who are
right.
being responsible. So my father, it's not that he absconded.
Yeah.
He wanted to show up. There was no opportunity to show up.
So you now had the privilege of having these two fathers,
fathers.
in your life.
In my life.
But in addition, you had this third one.
and what Dad
Yes.
did for my mentality is amazing. That I'm not sure if you can remember, but one time, the four children, Toyosi,
Yes.
Charlotte, Toyosi, Arnold,
And Sharon.
wanted to go and watch a movie in ShopRite. I can't remember. I can't remember the year. But you were just thinking, crackhead. You then told Pastor Dari, call Dari. Then, in fact, that was the day I took up the responsibility that
Yeah.
Dad has created some form of trust. I literally took the children from the mainland across the third mainland bridge.
Yeah.
To go and watch movie. That was unusual trust for me, Dad.
And it was quite a trust.
Because that when he was giving me the car key, and it was his car we used, that the LR4 then.
Yeah.
Dan looked at me and said, son, I'm giving you my investments. The four of them in the car. That day marked it brought another level of what true fatherhood means with you. It was the trust.
Yeah.
And every single day when I tell people my relationship with Dad is Rev here being that it's not based off you attend the church, no, it's that I've had different milestones that have shown a level of trust, a level of connectiveness that very few connections like that bring.
I thank you very much, because personally I always honored when my relationship with people have influenced them one way or the other. And one thing you just brought out right now was the trust. It's powerful
Yes, Dad.
when a person shows faith in you.
Yes, Dad.
And shows trust in you. That is one gift my spiritual father gave me that is totally priceless. I cannot forget Reverend George Adegboye, because when I was a teenage boy, he gave me the opportunity to preach the gospel at the age of 16. When I was 21, he gave me the opportunity to pastor a church. And of course, the church exploded with so much growth, you know. Such things are priceless. It's faith in the other person. And there's something about trusting another person that makes the person want to live up to your expectations.
Yes, Dad.
And I never forget that. So when I show trust in a person, I know what it's doing to that person.
Yes, sir.
This person is telling me, I believe you are responsible enough
Yes, sir.
to handle this responsibility. I believe you are responsible enough to handle this trust. And everyone who is close to me know that my children are my world. And,
It was the four of them, not two, not one, the four of them.
and when I'm committing them to you, oh, I sure love you and I sure trust you. That's why I'm able to commit them to you like that. Now, let's talk about how, in what you do today, the values that you've picked up over the years have shaped your own leadership style.
Sometimes they say it's a problem, but maybe it's in the capitalist world.
Yeah,
I allow people thrive.
that's right.
One of the things before we came for this, I was cracking a joke with someone else and telling them, if you knew me 16 years ago, and you knew me now, you know that I took that comfort and trust to stick, because I was like a volcano. You are doing this today, you are doing that tomorrow. I was every. Yet you will still have seen that steadiness of every time you go and meet that, he's listening attentively, he's giving suggestions. Not once was there on his face any look of what you're saying does not make sense. Even if at some point there was a bit that feeling of, oh, the joke could but that ability to carry people through their different seasons, it was powerful, and I think it has affected me today. And when people are speaking against people, I always tell them, let people be. They will evolve. They will become better. You know.
I think it's a great challenge for many parents today, because they don't realize that when children are mature, when they grow up, your style needs to change to cooperative parenting.
Wow.
It's very easy to just parent little children, especially when they are under 10. But most parents lose it when they become adolescents, or especially when they become teenagers. At the time I met you, you were already a mature teenager. You are in university, probably your final year already, or something like that, when I met you. So my parenting style had to be very cooperative. I saw your potentials, saw your giftedness, and hoped I could have you work as my personal assistant. You remember?
Yes, Dad.
I offered you to be my personal assistant, and you turned it down. And I respected your decision. I saw your strong, restless personality who wanted to take the whole world overnight. And I felt that I had the responsibility to allow you to try to take it. If you took it successfully, I celebrate you.
If you learned.
If you learned patience through the things that you suffered, then I will encourage you, but ensure that I am a constant in your journey.
Yes, Dad.
So that by the time you come back to me, I can now encourage you in that particular direction. Now, you've watched me up close.
Yes, Dad.
And had the privilege of seeing me relate with my wife.
Yes, Dad.
God has privileged me to marry a very highly gifted woman, and a strong woman at that. How has that affected you in your family life?
So much, because I always tell people, my wife is as if I the way Dad married Mom was I married my wife. My wife is similar in strength, and she's a professional chef. What she does, she's out there. And one of the things I learned from Dad early is the ability to allow your wife to thrive. To allow your wife to thrive. It was a beautiful thing I learned from you early, because I saw how you managed Mom, how you allowed Mom do the things she loves to do, how you celebrated her, more. I celebrated what she was doing, pushed her there. Mom would go and preach. That doesn't have to be there. Mom was doing that. And I looked at her like, I like it. So when I married my wife and I saw that, like, this is easy now. I've seen how this is done.
That's right.
Even if there was a bit of at other things too, there was crush, but there was a bit of friction. But because I had seen Dad manage
the frictions too.
These frictions too, how to sometimes you're with Dad and maybe Dad wants to leave a place and doesn't know how to communicate to Mom, and Dad just stands up abruptly and goes and says, Motin Law, says in Yoruba jokingly, and the message is sent. So all those the ability to communicate things, even if either you are upset or uncomfortable, but still ability to communicate it either jokingly,
That's right.
either with a little of play, and the other person gets. I learned that. I learned that a lot up close. So it has affected me, big deal, because it looks like I'm just transposing. Looking at mama is like looking at mom is like my wife in a younger, and it's just easy to just copy and paste to some extent.
If you and I will carry on, I'm sure that this episode will last
Last
for
forever.
everlasting. But since we have the opportunity to do this again some other day,
Yes, sir.
well, I'm going to call it a day for now. And thank you very, very much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do hope that this podcast has been quite a blessing to you. It is our hope that the future podcast will also be a great blessing. I'm just going to have you kindly subscribe to the podcast. If you got any benefit from today's episode, kindly like the episode, subscribe, and please give us the feedback. If you enjoyed it, please type your experience, whether you enjoyed it or not. If you didn't enjoy it, please type it there. If you liked my face or like that of Daddy, please put it out there. And if you have any suggestions for us, we are ever so glad to get your suggestions, because it is our hope that from our stories, you will be able to enjoy more of the Father's table. So, we'll call it a day today by the grace of God. If you will also click the notification button there, then as soon as we drop another episode next week, you will be alerted. There's another beautiful episode of the Father's Table, where I welcome you into my world and let you see how I do life with other people. Looking forward, same time next week, to bringing you another edition. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Bye-bye.